which is going to lead me then to my peanut gallery for the week, or my thoughts for the week. And it all stems around our young guns and our pitching. Because recently our pitching has not been great. Our starting pitching has not gotten deep into ball games. Our starting pitching, I think the last time a pitcher went past 6 innings as a starter was when Beau Brieske went 7 innings against the Texas Rangers, which is not great. Because what that is inevitably doing is taxing the bullpen, is creating a situation for the bullpen where there just is not enough stamina and more opportunity for disaster to happen like it happened on Sunday against Arizona. If we look at our big 3 young guns, right, our big 3, Casey Mize being on the shelf with Tommy John, that means Beau Brieske is put into that young gun conversation. Faedo looks like he's getting tired coming off of Tommy John surgery. He had massive control issues, starting even in the first inning against Arizona in Game 2. And it really reared its ugly head in the 4th inning, where he just could not find the strike zone and locate. He has 11 1/3 innings pitched over his last 3 starts and has given up 14 runs, Faedo has. In his first 7 starts in the major leagues, he went at least 5 innings pitched and gave up 2 runs or less. So something is going on. And I think part of it is something that I'm going to say for all of these guys is adjustments. The league has adjusted to them. They have to find a way to adjust right back. Because now there's video. Now there's tape on them. Now there's ways for opposing pitchers to learn their tendencies and see what they throw in these counts and what they really like to rely on. For Brieske, it's his changeup. He's got to find a way to make that an effective pitch through adjustments. Let's talk about Brieske. He's begun the descent back to earth too. Though he has still competed in his outings. In June, his first 3 starts, he went 18 2/3 inning pitched and only gave up 2 runs total in those 3 starts. But his last 2 starts, he's only gone 8 2/3 innings and has given up 9 runs. Teams are adjusting. He has a very effective changeup, but he's not adjusting to the point where he can use that changeup effectively for this team. And then we get to Tarik Skubal, who is arguably the best pitcher on our staff, even when fully healthy. A lefty that throws mid to high 90s, has a decent off-speed stuff, but he has struggled with command and location and almost trying to be too fine with his pitches. He started June with back-to-back 7-inning outings with 3 or less runs in each of those outings. And his last 3 outings, he's only gone 13 2/3 innings and has given up 15 runs. So for me, the conclusion is really clear. Adjustments have to be made. We have to find a way to execute a game plan that is maybe a little bit different than what we did when we had success, because clearly the tape on these guys has led teams to adjust. They're finding a way to make these guys throw more pitches, battle, not being put away with 2 strikes. They have to find a way to adjust. They have to find a way to make sure that they are getting to the point with this season that they're taking that next step forward. Because what's ended up happening is it's having a trickle-down effect. When the bullpen has to be called on to get 5, 4 2/3, 4 1/3 innings each game, eventually it's going to wear down. And I told you, and I've told you in the corner, that water's going to find its level with the offense. Okay. But water's also going to recede to its level with the pitching. Specifically the bullpen, specifically if they have to be relied on consistently to get long outings accomplished. For our starters, it should be imperative that they get at least to the 6th inning. If they get to the 6th inning, that gives us, as the Tigers, an opportunity to put our best 3 pitchers in the bullpen out there to win a game. And if the offense is scoring runs and our starting pitchers get to the 6th inning, and Joe Jimenez comes in the 7th, who's been phenomenal this year. Then Michael Fulmer comes in the 8th, who hasn't given up a run in 11 and 2/3 innings pitched over 12 outings. And then you come in with Gregory Soto, who's probably the less reliable of those three, but who in Arizona was very dominant. He looked really good commanding that slider, getting the fastball over the plate. If we can get to a point where we are getting at least 6 innings, which is not a tall task for a starting pitcher, or at least it should not be, then that puts us in a good position to win baseball games. But specifically with Alex Faedo, I want to be very clear about something. This is a guy that's coming off of Tommy John surgery. And A.J. Hinch even said, and they talked about it a lot in the broadcast in his start in Arizona, that he seems like he's fatiguing a little bit. Okay, I understand that. He's a young guy. We need to protect him. We need to make sure that he doesn't have a ton of issues moving forward, especially when it comes to arm fatigue. And you can tell that he's already very much on a short leash when it comes to that. Go with the analytic thought, which I know turns some people off a little bit, but do what you do with Daniel Norris. Have Faedo go out and pitch one time through the order and make it a bullpen day. You got Michael Pineda coming back. He should be back relatively soon. So move Ronnie to the day that Faedo would pitch. Let Pineda take Ronnie's day and just go with an opener scenario to get Faedo the experience, get some innings logged on the arm, but not overextend him. Because if we overextend him, and if he can only give us 4 innings every outing when we're relying on him to give us more, it's going to be problematic. These young guns can be good, and I'm not writing them off. I don't think that Beau Brieske being a late round pick and what he has done in his first stint in the MLB has been fantastic. He just needs to adjust. Faedo's got to find a way to get that command back, and that might mean going to an opener situation. That might mean going to, hey, we need 2 to 3 innings out of you. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. Give me your best pitches for 3 innings. And Skubal's got to find the command. Skubal's got to adjust. He's got to get more around the plate and make his pitches more effective just by adjusting to a league that has clearly adjusted to them, and let them be more effective moving forward for our team. Look, I'm excited about these guys. I think with them, and when Mize comes back, and you got Spencer Turnbull that's eventually coming back, like, the future is bright for this pitching staff, no doubt about that. Alex Lang even in the bullpen, Will Vest in the bullpen. Who knows if we will hold on to or trade some of our bullpen pieces like Soto, like Fulmer, potentially even Joe Jimenez with the trade deadline coming up towards the end of July. It's really going to be interesting to see. I would not hope that they would trade the biggest arms that we have and hopefully keep some of them to build around, like a Joe Jimenez, who we have under control for a few more years. But Fulmer's going to be a free agent. Soto's going to be sought after, so maybe those 2 guys aren't there at the end of the season, and that gives opportunities for an Alex Lang, for Will Vest to step up and to take on a more high leverage role in the bullpen. The defense and the pitching are something right now that, specifically the pitching, that Tiger fans can hang their hats on, and it is exciting, and it does give us hope for the future.
Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a way. Yeah.